Good morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Today we have a special guest with us today. My name is Erin, and we also have Eric on the line. Eric is actually one of our support guys. He is one of the geniuses behind Agent Marketing who, if you ever call in, he is always there answering the phone, answering your chats. Eric, you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today.
So you're going to have both of us today. So a couple of things that we're going to run through, or actually a lot of things we're going to run through. We're going to go basically through the entire property tab or the property website features. So I'm going to show you, or I should say we are going to show you how to set up your property websites with some of the top features that you can utilize. We'll show you some lead generation tools that you can utilize and some of the top features that will help you market your property websites the best way possible. So for lenders and brokers, this is going to be a great call for you to be able to share this information with your agents. So if you're looking for a reason to call your agents, this is going to be one of those that you can actually use to call your agents. So this call is recorded, so at the end of it, I will upload it into our YouTube channel. So if you want to share the recording with your agents or anything like that, you'll be able to have that. A couple of announcements. Last week, I told you that we did have Zapier all set up and ready to go live, so you can actually go through and set up Zapier. Basically, what this does is if you use an outside CRM, for instance, like LionDesk, you can actually set up all of your agent marketing leads going directly to your outside CRM like LionDesk. So Zapier is kind of like the middleman. They talk to agent marketing, pull the data from agent marketing, and then put it into your CRM. So what I'm going to do is I will send these out to everybody who has attended today and give you the links for Zapier. That way, or for the user's guide, so that way you can watch the video. And there are step-by-step instructions on how to set this up as well. If you need this, you can go to the user's guide, and then you'll see that it's under account setup, and then you'll see that there's a Zapier setup that you can use too. So this is going to be setting up that. We do also have a new video for Facebook advertising. So if you're looking to create ads, this is an updated video that will walk you through step by step on how to create Facebook ads and how to get some good lead generation for Facebook ads. So we have this available. This is also going to be in the user's guide. And as I mentioned, I will email these out to everyone. You'll see it's under social networking. And then you'll see it's under Facebook and then Facebook ads. So you could even type in Facebook ads and then it will pop up with this and you can have that available. So we have an updated video. This is super, super important if you're looking for Facebook advertising and some suggestions on how to do that. You can definitely use this video step by step. Great little video that Tony put together for us. So you can use this as a good tool to create those ads. Last announcement I wanted to share with you, just keep in mind we do have our Facebook community page. This is a private group for agent marketing users only. The reason why I want to share this with you is because those of you who are looking for suggestions on some features or how to use certain things, if you want to bounce ideas off of other agent marketing users, maybe talk about what's working for you, get different things. This is a way for you to communicate with other users. So if you want to write questions, if you want to write questions for us, I always am in this group monitoring it, making sure that if you guys have questions, I can get to those right away. So just be sure to join in. It is a private group, so you'll have to put your login information when you go to join in, but definitely join into this, ask questions, bounce ideas off of each other. Just a great learning idea and a way for you to discuss with other members that are using agent marketing. So you can find this on your dashboard, or if you go into Facebook and type in agent marketing as one word and then community, you'll be able to have that pop up. So Eric, anything you want to add in real quick before we get started?
No, just that the Facebook page is also, like you were saying, a great resource for times that we aren't able to get to everybody that comes into chats or calls. And like Erin was saying, it is also a great resource for people to connect that are in different states. And if they have answers to help out other agents, it's a great forum for people to exchange ideas and just to get a different understanding of how the system works.
Definitely, definitely. Thanks, Eric. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'll email these links over to everyone. So don't worry about not being able to find those. I'll get those over to you once we're done. So let's go ahead and get started. We are focusing on property websites today. So I'm going to show you how to get them set up. Eric will jump in and show us some of the features, and we'll just kind of go back and forth a little bit, giving you some insight. So when we go to the property tab, you'll see here you have all these different tabs to the left-hand side of your account. The one we're going to focus on today is going to be the property tab here. And then we're going to go to properties. Now, when you add a listing into your MLS, we actually have some MLS tools that you can use to have your properties fully automate into agent marketing. You can have them automate, or you can even pull in with an MLS number. So when I say fully automate, once you add your listing into the MLS, within 24 to 48 hours, your listing will pull into agent marketing. It will build the property website, create the text code, the virtual tours, flyers, all of that stuff for you automatically. It will even activate the listing for you. You have an option to automate your listings, which means it's going to pull in the website, do all the video creation, the flyer creation, all of that, but it's not going to auto-activate for you. So if you still want to go in and make some changes and stuff like that, you can choose to do that as well. And then the other two options you have of ways that properties can be added in is if you click here on this little Add New button in the top left-hand corner, it's going to give you an option for you to add in a listing this way as well. So you can auto pull a listing from the MLS. So this is good if you're a new agent and you're looking to maybe advertise another agent. Side note, with their permission, you can advertise other agents' listings if you want to pull in from your MLS. Maybe you want to do it this way versus having it automate. Or you can even do the add in your own listing. This is great if you want to add in the listing ahead of your listing appointment. So if you want to do the listing presentation, definitely add in the listing that way. When you go through, it's going to give you, you'll see you have 3 different steps here. I'm not going to walk through setting up the property because that's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to ask you for the location, which is the address and all of that. The details are going to be the bedroom, bath, square feet, and then it's going to take you into the property description and all of that. The theme is going to be where you choose your layout and your domain for your actual property website. And then the very last step, it doesn't show it on here, but once you have the property added, it does give you the option to pull in the photos. So you can either manually add them in. If you have those beautiful HD images, you can pull those in, or if you want to pull them in from the MLS, you can do that too. So those are the few ways that you can add in your listings and get them into the system. Once you have the listing added into agent marketing, whether it be automated or you put it in yourself, you'll see here that these properties are all my active listings that I have in my agent marketing account. So when you go through, you'll be able to see the property address, you'll see the price, you'll see that you have the for sale option, which means that is your active listing. You'll see too, like this one, for example, says it expires in 37 days. When you go through the activation process, we do keep it active for a full year. So you get the full 365 days. So when it says it expires, it just means that you'll have to go through and reactivate it. We'll still keep it in your account for you. You just go through the reactivation. Hopefully you guys get the property sold way before then and you don't even have to worry about that. But if you need to, you can always reactivate the property. And then you'll see this one says property sold. So you can choose to make your property in sold status. This is great if you want to advertise any of your sold properties on your personal website. It's a way for you to showcase kind of like your resume of all the properties that you've sold. So you can use that as an option. And we put a little sold banner on the property website for you. So you can use that as another tool as well. Eric, anything you want to add in so far?
So far, so good. I don't think I have anything yet.
All right, awesome. So moving on to a couple of the different icons that you'll see here. You'll see that in the top left-hand corner, you have a little photo icon. So this is going to tell you, or a little camera icon. This is going to tell you how many photos you have in your, or with that specific property. So you'll see here, I have 24 images in this photo gallery. When you click on it, it will take you to all these different options of different things that you can do that are photography related. So you can go into your photo gallery and you can add in captions, add in more photos, change the order, all of that. You do have a virtual tour option. We automatically create a virtual tour for you based off of the photos that have been added into your photo gallery. If you want to, though, you want to have different photos or maybe change up the panning, how it pans in and out or zooms in and out. Maybe you want to add in different photos, but you want to keep some of the same photos. You can actually do a custom virtual tour within Agent Marketing, allowing you to change it up from what we provide for you if you want. So you have that option. The high def panos, this is such a great feature. So I highly, highly, highly recommend using the pano feature. Nowadays with smartphones, I know specifically, like I have one of the new iPhones, and the pano pictures are phenomenal. They look absolutely stunning. So if you are like here in Orange County, the views that you have are amazing. You have mountain views, you have ocean views, beautiful golf course views. Take those panos and put those on the site. It helps with the property exposure. I mean, it's really showcasing those beautiful views. It's making that consumer, when they go to your property website, feel like they're actually standing right there and can see those beautiful ocean views or see that beautiful land lot that you're trying to sell. So use the pano feature. You should have it on your phone. I know nowadays just about everybody has a smartphone. So it is one of those settings on your actual camera setting that you can use, and then you can upload it into the system and really showcase those beautiful views. Maybe if you're working in the city and you want to showcase the studio and how you just got that beautiful New York skyline and all of that, or city line, you can use that as an option. And then the last tool here, you have your YouTube video. So if you want to go through and create the YouTube video, if you're on the automation, it will do it for you. But if you want to, you can go through and set it up on your own, and then you can even upload other videos here in this section too. So going back here, you'll have this little delete listing option. So if you want to get rid of listings in your account, you can click there. Now going through these little icons here, so you'll see right above the property URL, you have these three little grayed out icons. The first one is going to be clone this property. So this is great if you are working in maybe a new development where the address is going to be pretty much exactly the same and the photos are going to be the same, or if you're working in an apartment community where you want to showcase all of the different units, you can clone the property and it will duplicate a lot of the information. And then you can go through and kind of change it up a little bit if you need to change the address, but it kind of saves some time for you when you're going through. That way you don't have to continuously add if the information is going to be duplicate. So you have that. The middle icon is going to be important links for your website. So you'll see when you click on this, this takes you into your listing presentation, your MLS compliant links, you have your standalone virtual tour links, your classified. So if you're wanting to post, we do have a Craigslist poster, but if you would rather go through and use this as the posting tool, you can use that. Or if you're doing any other classifieds, you can choose to do that. But we do provide you with that HTML code here. You will see there is a blogging option. So blogging is property blogging. So we actually have that as a term, post your blog. You can do a property specific blog. We do provide you with two different templates. It's up to you on which one you want to use, but this is going to be another tool that you can use for SEO. So if you're looking to get more exposure for your property, I highly recommend doing a blog. You can put in more keywords and kind of highlight some of the important facts about the listing that you want to showcase and have that available for you. Also through here, I'll show you another way you can do social networking, but if you want to, you have your social media links here and even an SEO page that you have. All right, going back here. The last thing here for the grayed out icon that I wanted to show you, this is going to be your text code. So every single time that a property is added into the system, we do create a property specific text code for you. So you can actually go through if you want to and customize it. So you'll see here, I went through and I customized this one to be 17 Rock. So if you have your phones out right now, feel free to text it so you can kind of see how this feature works. The 79564 will always stay the same. That number will never change, but the actual text code itself will change and it will be property specific. So when you add in a property, it will do a random number code for you. You can change it to whatever you want as long as it stays within 7 characters. And you can only do letters or numbers, no spaces or no special characters. So you can do this. I love this feature because you can really customize it to the home and you can change it up. So like with this one, I have 17 Rock. I have another listing that's 980 California Road or something, and I did 980 Cali, so it stays within that those text code ranges and all of that. So you have those as options. I see some of you guys are texting in, so I love that you guys are testing this out and seeing how it works. But basically with the text code, when a consumer texts about the property, what they get is a text message back with the property details and a link to the mobile website. From there, what happens is we capture their cell phone number and we send it to you as a lead. Lead generation is so big nowadays, so we want to make sure that you guys are utilizing these text codes and having this as a great lead generation tool for you. Eric, do you want to share with them where the text codes are displayed and how they can utilize them?
Sure. So the text codes are typically displayed on any of the SignWriter material that you guys purchase. They are also displayed on in the tools section on the property, and also there is a little text code or phone icon that's on the property thumbnail in the property section that you can get to see the text code, so you can see which one is displayed on each property.
Perfect. And then when you go through and you create these and or create your listings and use these are actually going to populate on the SignWriters. You'll have them on the flyers. You'll have them on the YouTube video. And then if you have the Craigslist poster that you're using, there is an option to have the text code displayed through there. How do you text that? A question came in asking, how do you text that? So in the actual text to who you're going to send the text message to, you're going to use this 79564. And then in the message portion, you're going to put the actual text code itself. So who you're texting to will always be the 79564. The actual message portion will be your text code that you have created. All right. So moving on, I'm going to jump down here. And then too, just so you know, you have the URL for your property website here. So you'll be able to see here that this is where the URL is. You can see exactly what the property was. And then you can even click on it and it will pull up the property website. But we'll dive into that. I just didn't want to miss that and make sure I was showing that to you. Now moving on to the little edit pencil here, I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, but there are a couple key points that I want to point out through here. When you click on the edit pencil, if you need to edit the property information, say you went in, you added in your property, but you want to go back and edit some of the details, you'll go to that edit pencil to go through and change that information. So you'll see if you need to change the status, you can go through and change the status here. If you need to adjust the price at any time, you can do so. For the most part, the address you won't really need to mess with unless you need to add in a suite number, unit, anything like that you can do through there. Make sure too, when you're going through and you're saving the changes, or when you're making changes, you hit the save button so it saves your changes. That's really important. We want to make sure you're saving those changes. When you click on the property tab here for all these different tabs for editing the website, you'll see you have all your little details here. A cool little feature that you can use is these little bullet points. So you can use your features and add them in here. So you'll see here a couple of examples are close to National Park, next to a local public library. You could do 5-car garage, granite countertops, central AC, anything you want to put in there. But those will populate on the property websites as little bullet point features. You have your property financials. So if you need to add in your HOA dues or monthly taxes or even insurance, you can do so. The external links is really important. I always like to point this out. So you can add in specific school links, community links. We do the demographics for you. If you have your own demographics, you can add that in here as well. And even with the virtual tour, if you're using your virtual tour through agent marketing, you won't need to worry about adding in anything here. If you're using like a Matterport virtual tour or anything like that, then that's where you'll want to post the virtual tour link. Going to the website option, now this is where I kind of wanted to dive in and show you some cool little features here. So with your domain, keep in mind that you can purchase your own domain if you want to. You can do that through our system and make it more property specific. We do provide you with the URL when you add in your property website, but if you wanted to get rid of the subdomain and just do 17rockrose.com, then at that point you can purchase one. Or if you've already purchased a domain name, you can even point it to your URL here in agent marketing. You have some meta tags and meta titles and meta descriptions. So if you want, you can leave this as is. We'll take care of this for you. If you are a Meta professional and you understand how to use this, and I say that because these are really, really, they're good for search engines and all of that. So you want to make sure that you have real strong knowledge in meta titles, meta descriptions, all of that. So you can choose to add in your own if you want. One of the features I really wanted to highlight is this pop-up that we have. This is one of our newer features that we've released, and I absolutely love this feature. Lead generation. I can't stress enough how important lead generation is. This is something every one of you should be using on your property websites. Now with this pop-up, when you have the property website pulled up, say a consumer goes there, you'll have this little pop-up greeting that says, welcome to the website, or here it says, thank you for visiting 123 Main Street. And then you can change this out if you want a different text. But basically what they have to do when this pops up, you can have them fill out their information and it sends you a lead right away. You have an optional form. So if you do the optional, it will give them the little no thank you option. Or you have a required form where they have to fill out their information in order to view the property website. If you don't want to use this feature, you'll select none and you won't have any pop-up. But we're all looking for leads nowadays. So I would highly, highly recommend using this feature just because it's really, really going to be a good tool for you. You're going to get some leads from it, I promise you. So you can use that as a great lead generation tool for your property websites. If you want to see a little preview too, you can do the little preview here. So I'll show you what that looks like when we go view the property websites too. You also have the sitemap option if you want to add that in, and then your website template's pretty self-explanatory. You have a bunch of different templates you can choose from. So you have all of those options. And then the last thing here, you have a homeowner's login. So if you want to add in their information, basically they can go in and they can do the feedback request. They can view some of the showing information. So if you're holding an open house and stuff like that. And then you also, some other important things, you have custom CSS and custom scripts. So if you are doing any CSS or scripts, you can add those in here. All right, moving on, we're going to go to the share icon here. Now the share icon is going to take you into all of your social media sharing. So if you want to post to your Facebook page, let me show you how quick and easy this is. So say you want to create, this is a new listing, you just added it in, you want to share this on your Facebook page. So you can click on the share icon, click Facebook, it's going to create the post for you. You can say just listed, and then you can share, post to Facebook, and now it's on your Facebook page. You also have the option here where it says share on your timeline. You can share to a friend's timeline, you can put in a group, you can do as an event. So maybe if you're having an open house, you can do this as an event. Maybe you want to share on your business page, or you can even go through and you can share in a private message. So if you want to share this somewhere, you can go ahead and do that. So you have these options. You could do Facebook, Twitter, Google, LinkedIn. There is the Craigslist poster. You can even email the listing as well. So that's going to be your sharing tools. Pretty cool little features that you can use for the one-click social media posting. Under the reports section, I'm just going to kind of go through these pretty quickly, but you do have the feedback surveys. So if you're doing the open house or doing showings, you can do the feedback request. If you want to create a CMA report, you can go through and create a CMA, which we'll be doing that topic here in a couple weeks. So I'll show you how to go through and create the CMA reports and how to best utilize those. You have your HITS report. So if you want to use the website HITS report, that's always a good little tool to use. You can see some of the tracking and stuff like that. And then you have a seller accountability report. I'm going to just dive into this really quick because I love this feature. Here, this keeps track of everything that you're doing for the property. So if you change the text code, if you are holding an open house, when you did the YouTube video generation, all of this, you can actually use this and share this with your sellers. So let me go through and show you what it looks like. You can send this to your sellers and be like, look, this is everything I've done for you this week to help market your home. So it's showing them that you're working your little butt off to sell their home, and you're doing all these little marketing tools, and you're doing all these different things to help market their home and get their home sold as quickly as possible. So you have this. You can customize this too. So if you want to go through, like maybe you don't want to showcase these couple of things, then you can hit save and then it will remove those. and you can even type in your own and add in your own as well. So maybe you had a showing or you have an open house that you want to showcase, you can put that in and have that available. All right, going back to the list here. The shopping cart icon, this is really important as well. And the reason why I say it's important is because you have a lot of good marketing pieces in here. I'll let Eric go ahead and kind of talk about some different things in the shopping cart that you can actually utilize.
So for the shopping cart, that's where you're going to do predominantly the bulk of all of the purchasing for your print material. So whether it's sign writers, business cards, water bottle labels, door hangers, that's going to be the area where you're going to go ahead and purchase any of that. So every tile obviously gives you the description of what you are purchasing, and over to the right, it will show you what's going to be in your shopping list. So as you continue to buy things, the shopping list will get larger with all of the product that you're looking to buy. The cool thing is some of the things in here are property specific, and our print shop is very good at taking any edits that you would like to customize them to be either less property specific or just more specific on you, depending upon what you would like. So this is a great area for you to get beautifully made postcards or water bottle labels for your open house that you can have just sitting on the counter for people to grab as they peruse through the house and look at all of the features that you are showcasing for them.
Perfect. Awesome. So yeah, and just to kind of add to that too, with our sign shop, we do have a pretty quick turnaround time too. So if you order before noon Pacific Standard Time, we print and ship same day. If you order afternoon Pacific Standard Time, we print and ship out next day. And we do FedEx shipping, so you have an option to choose faster shipping. So we are in California, so keep that in mind. If you're on the East Coast and you need it quicker, just keep that in mind. We are in California, so the shipping time may be a little bit longer. But you do have an option to choose faster shipping and stuff like that. So it's all done in-house. We actually have our print shop here in the agent marketing office. So everything is done in-house. It all ties in with your agent marketing property websites. As Eric mentioned, if you want to do more personal branding and have water bottle labels that are more geared towards you, you can do that too. So you have all of these options through the shopping cart. The last thing we're going to go to is going to be the tools section. So you have this little wrench icon here. This is going to take you into all of your property specific tools. So the great thing is you can see here, this list is pretty hefty with all the different things that you can do for your property. So what I recommend, I'm not going to go through each one of these, but I recommend coming in here and taking a look at some of the features and taking advantage of these. These are going to help kind of beef up your property website with more info and different things that you can have available. One thing I did want to show you was the open house dates, which I love, love, love this option that you can do. So with this, you can actually add in your open house dates. So for instance, I'm going to say we're going to have an open house this weekend. We'll say from 2 p.m. to, we'll say 4 p.m. And then once you go through and you hit save, it will say open house dates have been saved. Now you should post your open house announcement to your Facebook using the button provided. So we actually create a little Facebook post for you with the open house announcement. And you can see what this open house announcement looks like. It's going to have the open house dates, the map, the picture, all of that branded with your information on here. So you can take this open house announcement, post it on social. We have some flyers that will actually showcase your open house dates. Our property websites will put that on there for you. You can even use LookieLeads.com, and that's the open house app. You can see here, if you click this, it will take you directly to LookieLeads. So it's the registration app that you can choose to use and have that. So I love this just because this is giving you exposure for your open houses. And then going back to the print side, there's even open house door hangers and postcards that you can actually have printed as well to announce your open houses as well. A couple other things that I wanted to point out in here, like if you want to add in documents, you can add those in. Floor plans are another cool little feature that you have available. With the flyers, we actually make it to where you can go through and customize your flyers now, which is huge. So here you can go to select a design. You'll see that you have 10 different templates to choose from. So all of these options, You can choose if you want to do co-lister, if you have open house. So as I mentioned, when you add in your open house dates, it will pull those dates and put them on these templates for you. If you want to use the QR code, you can utilize that too. So it gives you an option to choose. So for instance, say you want to use layout 2, you can click on edit flyer options, and then you can actually go through and choose your color scheme that you want. So if you want to use these different colors, you can change it out. The cool thing is you can change the text. So if you see and hover over all of these different fields, you can change out the text for you. A lot of it too, like you'll see here, it says text code price. Leave those as is, because what we do with those is autofill that data in for you. So we'll put the price, we'll put the text code, we'll put your website on there for you, all done automatically. So you have those flyers. There's a neighborhood flyer too that you can choose to use. And for any reason too, if you don't want these flyers on, if you'll see where it says flyer on, you can click on that, hit confirm, and then you'll see that that flyer's off. So it will only show the property flyer instead of the neighborhood flyer. So you'll usually have 2 different flyers. If you're sponsored by a lender, you'll also have an extra additional finance flyer. But normally you'll have just the 2. And then if you want to go through, you can turn those on and off. And then you also have an option to upload your own PDFs. These will override our flyers that we create for you automatically. So if you have flyers that you absolutely love that you would rather use, you can upload those, but keep in mind it does override these. It does not add them on. It will completely use yours instead. So once you've gone through and make your changes, make sure you hit that save button so it does save those changes for you. And just a couple other things, you do have your listing presentation here. You have a property e-card. This is great because you can send this off. Basically, it's an HTML format email that you can use, and it sends off to you, and then you can forward it off to whoever you want. Other agents, if you want to send it to friends and family, stuff like that. You have 5 different templates you can choose from. And then you can go through, it's just like the flyers. You can click on these different fields and actually customize the information. So if you want to change it, you'll see you have some customization options over here as well to the right-hand side. And I think that's it. Eric, did you want to go over anything in the tool section?
Not to my knowledge that I want to go over, other than that with the video that's constructed from when you bring the property in, we have a YouTube video sequencer. So if you have certain images that you want to see first, you can actually move those images in an order that you like. So if you want to only show pictures of the home, the front of the house, you can put those all first, and it will actually give you a page break on the page itself to show you what images are not going to be included in the video. So if you have images that you really want to be included in there, just like Erin was showing you, you can grab them and then move them around. So they are included in the video that gets generated for that specific property. That's one of the features that I really like, just because a lot of people have images that are high-end images that they want to showcase that really highlight great points about the property, and sometimes they don't always get picked into the original sequence of photos that get chosen. So
perfect. All right, so that wraps it up for our topic today, going through the property website. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions here. I know I've been kind of keeping an eye on it, so I know there's been a ton of questions here. Let me go ahead and pull up our question box here. All right, I'm just going to read through these. How do I get to the user guide area? So to get to the user's guide, you're going to go to your little tabs here on the left-hand side. You'll see that you have a resources section. When that drops down, the 3rd option will be the user's guide. So you can go ahead and click user's guide, and then it will take you to all of the user guide features. You can click here and search and do all of that. So it gives you the option to go there. If I have done a website and save and then later add more photos, does it redo the video with the new pictures? No, so you would actually need to go through and regenerate them. Eric, you're so good. Eric's been going through and answering your questions. So I don't even really need to go through these. I'll go through to some of the other ones that we didn't get here. Let's see. Can you share to Nextdoor? Jim, I'm not really sure what Nextdoor does and how their posting works, but I would assume you would probably be able to. You can copy this URL and then you should, I don't know how Nextdoor works if you can actually like paste in a URL and do a posting tool that way, but you can actually go through and use that as an option to post. So I know, for instance, like if you copy this and go to Facebook, you can create a post that way. So I would try doing it that way and see if that works. Jim, can you give me a little more information? Can you add a share? I'm not sure what that means. Let's see, sorry, just going through some of the questions here. So there was a comment about dialing in the phone number. So with the text codes, it's a texting feature. So you wouldn't necessarily call the number. You would actually, where it says message, or where it says like text to who you're going to text to, you'll put that 79564. And then in the message portion, you'll put the actual text code itself. Let me see, it looks like a lot of the other questions. My company logo is always very small. How do I get that bigger? What you can do, so we have this option here, is you can put in a customization request. So if you want to go ahead and do that, a custom inquiry, you can actually go through and do this and we can do it that way. Or if it's something that might be a pretty easy fix, you can always call into support and they might be able to help you with that right away. All right, guys, it looks like Eric asked or answered a lot of the other questions. So if you did ask a question, feel free to look at the question and there is the answer next to them. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Let's see. So for the automate option, there was a question. This is a good point. I should have showed you this. So under the gear icon, when you go to this little wheel gear, there is an option where you can go to MLS poll. This is where you'll go to set up your automation. So the first step is going to be selecting your primary MLS. Once you've gone through and you've selected your primary MLS and got this all set up, it's going to open up the option for number 2. To get the automation going, you'll click on Find Agent Identity. It's going to pop up with saying Connect IDX Agent Account. You can read through this and then hit Get Started. 2 things will happen in this section. You'll be able to see this where you'll put in an MLS number. You do have to have an active listing in order to set this up, so keep that in mind. If you do not have an active listing, I would wait until you get your first listing in order to get this set up. Do not set up another agent's listing, or do not put in another agent's MLS number here for one of their listings, because what will happen is you'll start getting all of their listings pulled in and then none of yours will come through. So make sure you use your MLS number for one of your properties. Once you put that in, you'll see your name listed here. You'll hit choose and set up. So since this is a demo account, I don't have a way of getting this set up, but it's pretty easy. You'll type in your MLS number, you'll see your name, you'll hit choose, and then you'll be good to go with the automation. All right, guys, so just so you know, this is recorded. I will have this up on the YouTube channel in probably within the next 10 minutes. Next week, we're going to be going over marketing materials. So I'm going to show you some other ways that you can promote your listings and using the different marketing materials to get more exposure. So if you're interested in learning about that, definitely attend next week. I think that wraps up today. If you guys think of any other questions, feel free to give our support hotline number a call. The number is listed here at the top of our website. You do also have this chat feature, so you can always chat with our support team as well. And I think that's it. Eric, anything you want to add before we go?
The only other thing I'd want to add is from the very beginning, when you add a listing in manually, since if it's not able to be pulled from the MLS, that's also a great way to generate a CMA report beforehand for a listing. But other than that, it was great answering some of your guys' questions and being a part of my first What's Up Wednesday.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Thank you guys all so much for attending today. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.